Yes.
Okay. So we will see keyboard and mouse events today. And probably we'll see some example of file upload as well if there is time. Right. So we all know, right? Some events require keyboard and mouse event simulation. In particular, in our live project when we are doing something, right? So, like, what are the areas that is required mouse interactions or keyboard interactions? Can anyone say? What are the areas we might require keyboard or mouse interactions? Okay, in certain scenario where we need to hover over a drop down, where it's a dynamic drop down, you hover over it and the drop down list opens. And certain areas where the proper drag and drop some features are there, and you have to go over an element, click on it, drag and drop to a particular area. So in those kind of special scenarios, mouse events are kind of needed, and even keyboard events are needed if you wanted to do some actions or control shift keys, right? So in those kind,
To open a new tab, switching between windows, then
no. Switching between windows and opening new tab, we don't prefer this keyboard and mouse events. We prefer window handles. Actually. So that is a more practical or more authenticated way of doing it without we missing something actually. Even switching the tab is also kind of switching the window only. It's a new window, but visually it is kind of aligned to a same window. Right? It's actually new window actually.
yeah.
Right. So our Selenium treats this as a new window only. So it's we don't usually prefer that with the keyboard or mouse events actually.
Then if we want to save any data in a particular drive from web application, then we can also use keyboard events.
Save data from where?
Suppose if I want to download and check, or if you want to save a file in a local drive from from our web application, there also we can use keyboard events to handle window.
How will you save a particular thing using keyboard or mouse events? Can you give me a real time scenario?
Uh, Actually, what I have used earlier
Mm-hmm.
to save a file in my system's drive,
Okay.
then I used robot class to use to save a particular location, save a file in a particular location in my drive.
Okay.
First
So.
thing is
Mhm.
sometimes we can, instead of using click,
Mhm.
we use enter keys,
Mhm.
keyboard enters.
No, what kind of file you are going to save actually? It's that entire HTML file that is loaded. You are going to save the entire HTML file.
No, it's not HTML. If we want to save some, uh, suppose there is some PDF or something which I need to save it in
Mhm.
location,
Mhm.
then we can use
Okay.
this
Okay.
robot class to save the file in my local drive, local system drive.
Okay.
Uh, Another thing I could not remember as of now, but I did once.
Okay. So the even Selenium provides keyboard and mouse events. But what's the
Yes.
difference between the robot class and Selenium? Is like in robot class is something which is provided by Java, and you can use across your computer. Right?
Yes.
Whereas keyboard and mouse events of Selenium is only restricted to your web browser.
Yes.
So that's the difference. Nowadays, most of the time, I don't think web applications are too complex so that we use robot class. Actually, we use uh, when I was in my previous company, CTS, we used a robot class actually in one scenario where we wanted to upload a file to
Yeah.
some actually not to a web application. So we wanted to upload a file using this terminal actually.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
something called putty, right? Putty is when you if you wanted to connect to a server and you
Yeah.
wanted to upload a file there, and we were doing for those kind of scenarios. Fine, I don't think those are primitive applications actually. I don't think we really need a robot class now. Let's see.
Right.
So those kind of scenarios, maybe whatever Saga told, that is also one valid use case. I think it's a rare use case also. So we want to interact with our computer with robot class. Want to drag and drop with Selenium mouse events. And we want to do some special operations like shift or control.
Enter also.
Yeah, enter also.
I have one confusion here. I will
Mhm,
clear it. Make it clear now
mhm,
today.
mhm, mhm. What
So,
confusions are there?
oh, that is a. I mean, I'm not sure about the exact difference between build and perform.
Mhm.
When we use, you are going to say about action class, right?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Actions class, there is a build and there is a perform. There are two
Mhm,
different.
mhm.
Is the exact difference in build and perform? We do use
No,
both.
no,
So,
we should use, yeah. Actually, build and perform is kind of complementing each other, right? The name
yeah.
itself says the difference actually. So build is you are building series of events, uh, constructing series of events. Actually, that's a build, right? Build is what you're building something actually. So keyboard or mouse events are not a single action oriented events. Right? You wanted to do multiple events. You wanted to, if you want to drag and drop something, you want to move to that element, you want to click that element, you want to drag that element, you want to drop that element. So these require separate building process, separate methods that are there in Selenium, so that we use those methods to perform this series of operations, right? It's called build. So what's perform? We're just asking the Selenium to perform all these operations. That's it. Building is building, performance is doing all these things. So build is like a plan. Okay. So what are the plan we are going to do over the web page? Perform is actually executing the plan.
Well, actually, I have another question. So, as soon as the session proceeds, then we will discuss.
Okay. Okay. So we will see some basic examples also maybe. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll go to this. Let's say, okay, let's say I have this web page. So what I want to do, once this web page loads, I just wanted to go to this particular list, and I just want to click this list. So we can try to simulate this using a mouse event. Let's try to do that.
So, Karthik,
Uh-huh.
one question I have, like here you have written driver.manage.window.maximize.
Yes.
So manage is a function, window and maximize both are functions.
Yeah, both are functions only.
So by uh, declaring with the dot, how can I create it manually? Means manage dot window dot maximize. What is the
Okay.
relationship?
Okay. You can try to do this by yourself actually. Um, this is called this is a kind of design pattern actually. It's a kind of builder design pattern. You
Yeah.
can try to
I
display
mean,
it in Java actually. Huh?
yeah. So if I want to create it manually, some
Mm-hmm.
my created own created
Mm-hmm.
functions.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I create it? That is my question.
No, you instead of returning some, your return type might be void or string
Uh-huh.
and those kind of things, right? Instead of that, return the object itself. Return this. Okay, I'll show the example now. Wait.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, every time I did that class dot method name, that is the
You should
normal.
return the this itself. That see what they're doing is like uh, if you have certain class called dialog, okay,
Uh-huh.
and what they're doing in the particular dialog thing in the set message, they are returning instead of returning the object or anything, they're returning the this itself. So this
Oh,
refers to the object itself, right? Like you're getting.
oh,
So
okay,
if you're returning the object itself, then it will return the object, and through that object you can call the other methods also, like this. New dialog is a creation of object dot set message
mhm,
dot set title dot show. So they're doing this method chaining, right? So for in each and every method, you have to
mhm.
have return type of the class and return the object itself. Return this.
Okay,
If you say return this,
okay,
it will return. So you can construct a series of methods like this. You can try this on your simple only. It
okay,
will
okay. This is called method chain.
a method chaining, and it's one of the design pattern in Java actually.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right?
Earlier I forgot to ask, then suddenly it came to my mind.
Okay, okay.
So that's why, I mean, my question was that we build dot perform. That was also that is also consisting under method chain.
Yeah, yeah, it's a method chain.
So that was my question. So now it is resolved.
Okay, 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 okay. Mm, so we'll get. So we'll try to identify this element. Okay. The most actions are available in a class called actions actually. So if you go this, we have this actions class, right? Actions. You will just refer the object into general. It's convention to refer the object name as builder. We'll create an object for that. So we have to pass the WebDriver instance actually here. So we have another interface called action. So we'll construct a series of events here. So what we'll do, we'll just try to move to the element. We'll just find that element actually. Just writing the XPath of it. So I'm just time being taking some XPath of it. We are taking the first element which refers to the Selenium drop down. We copy this. So I'm moving to that element. I'm just clicking on that element. Okay. I'm just saying build. So you're actually asking about build, right? This build return type is of type action actually. So if you do any other thing, we will not be able to assign this particular a series of actions to some object. So if we are able to build only, we are able to assign the series of actions to this particular object. So once we have constructed the series of action, maybe we can say the particular object action dot perform. Right. Okay. After clicking this, maybe we'll try to.
Please join Shiva. He's
I think I allowed him. I think.
okay. So, Karthik, can we use only build or only perform? Like if we don't use perform and only build, would that work? Like if we are using perform, then anyhow we have to use build as well.
No, actually, you have to use, right. You have to construct, and you're building the series of events. So only you use perform only, it will execute the series of events.
Like say if we have only perform last action is click, then after click we have used perform, then it would work the same way.
Yeah, but you just cannot assign it to a particular object. That's it. It will work in the same way.
Okay.
We'll try to run this. Okay, I think something is clicked, but nothing has happened here. Let's see what's the problem.
There's a bug in the web page.
Okay. Okay, maybe the XPath we took is wrong. It's, see, you can see it's highlighting something here. It's clicking, but nothing is actually opening it.
I think you need to click on the drop down itself. That
Ah,
arrow.
yeah. Let's see. Let's take a different XPath. No, I think it's
You have
saying.
taken the correct element.
Mhm.
You can take that anchor tag. I mean, it's just under the
No,
drop down.
no. Maybe Selenium is too common. Maybe XPath is waiting at the time of. I mean, and launching new window. Maybe I'll try to take this drop down. Actually, let's see.
Yeah. There are too many drop downs.
I think this SEO should work. I think there are only one SEO kind of link.
Yeah.
And probably I'll go to the parent element, list element. Okay, let's see. Let's try this XPath.
So Karthik,
Uh-huh.
you're mentioning the double dot after slash.
Yes.
Yeah, that was about I was about to ask.
Okay, is double dot, it goes to parent element. I said you right previously. So if we don't use double dot, it stays on the anchor tag itself.
Okay.
I think by clicking on this list element only, it goes to the particular drop down. Maybe we will try to do both. So the purpose of double dot is like going to the parent element.
Oh, acha, acha. This is basically XPath siblings kind of
Yeah, yeah,
implement.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And in the previous one, you have used dot dot one. So that means after moving to the parent, then from the parent, you are selecting the first one.
No, no, no. See, the dot dot one is filtered 8 elements in our particular DOM actually,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we are just taking that element by saying its index. So hey, give me the first index or first element available in this match, like that. It's not
You
a
are saying that it is the immediate parent of the child.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It not the immediate parent of the element. Don't say child. Immediate parent of the element.
Immediate parent of the element. Yes.
Yeah, fine, fine, right. This
Yeah.
dot dot represents the immediate parent. If you don't use that, it represents the particular element itself. Try to run this. Okay. Yeah, it clicked now. So it's just hovering over our element. It's just clicking on it. And drop down is now visible. So we can construct a sequence of events like this. I think it will stay like this. We ask it to stop. So you can go and construct any number of events like this. Actually, you can. It's actually does a method chaining, right? You can just do a context click. Let's context click is a right click. Right? We'll just try to simulate this. I don't know what happens if you do a right click on the particular element in the particular web page. Let's see.
I don't think context click will work here because this web page doesn't have
No, no, no.
any. Okay.
Anyway, it's a right click when it's working on. So
Uh,
it gives you the particular any if you're using Windows operating system, it shows those options. It's a Mac, it shows those. I mean, anyway, it's a web browser only. It shows some options available in what to say your browser, Chrome browser.
so, Karthik,
Mhm.
the window which is opened, it is a Chrome window.
Yeah, right.
Itself, it is Chrome's window. So, can we perform any click on that window? This window. I mean, is there any?
No, we are clicking. I mean, we are doing a right click on this window only, right? Whatever. See, this is a web page, right? Wherever you are clicking, see here. If you click, the options are different. Here, I'm doing manually. Okay. Here, we click, options are different. Anyway,
Right.
we are doing that click over the browser only.
That is okay. So, can we perform this? Any? Can we select any option of this? Right click. The options which are uh, we can see in this right click. So, can we handle this in Selenium? I mean, can we
Yeah, we
perform?
can handle only. I think you can just right click
Mhm.
and do a keyboard event. Key down, arrow down is there, right? Do an arrow
Oh,
down and click enter.
okay. Yeah.
So once you click this, once if you click any element, so once you
Mhm.
click an arrow down, it goes right. So
Yes.
probably you can simulate that in Selenium. You can just do a arrow down and you just do 5 times in a for loop or something to make
Right.
copy this or save link as, and you can click enter in keyboard and you can do those things actually.
Right. Right. Because we can't get any element of this window. We need to perform. We have to perform our with action class.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. And let's see some. So we can click and hold actually. Contest click is right click is on. No? Double click also we will be able to simulate, and this drag and drop we'll be able to do. We have to just pass 2 elements in our argument. So what which is the source element we have to drag, and where's the target element you want to drop. So 2 elements you have to give. So drag and drop offset means how much x and y positions you have to do an offset and put a element there. Um, I mean this key down and key up are obviously for keyboard events. We'll see an example. We can pause it also, pause the actions event for particular seconds. We can release the key. Send keys is also available there, right? We know send keys. Send keys is kind of sending any text element, characters from